My beloved ones, there are moments in life when the air itself feels thick with meaning, when silence trembles with something unseen, when your spirit begins to sense that heaven is leaning close. This is one of those moments. What I bring to you now is not born of coincidence or chance. It is carried on the breath of divine timing. You are not reading these words by accident. You have been guided here, drawn by a pulse of holy intention, because something in your spirit has been crying out for truth, healing, and release. For too long, you have walked through corridors of confusion, searching, questioning, replaying moments that would not let your heart rest. You have wondered whether what you endured was seen, whether the heavens took notice of your tears, your prayers whispered in exhaustion. Beloved, heaven saw everything. Every sigh, every night you tried to convince yourself you were strong, even as your soul trembled beneath invisible weight. None of it was lost in the void. Every tear was a note in the symphony of your redemption. There is a divine urgency upon this hour, not a pressure meant to frighten, but a sacred acceleration meant to awaken. God is moving swiftly, not because you are behind, but because your appointed moment of revelation has come. The threads of deception that once surrounded your heart are being pulled loose, and the light of truth is ready to pour through the cracks. You stand on the threshold of understanding, of freedom, of divine vindication. This message is not merely a lesson, it is a visitation. The Holy Spirit comes not to scold, but to heal, not to expose your pain, but to transform it into power. What has been hidden will no longer remain buried. What has been denied will no longer be dismissed. The divine hand is lifting the veil, and through that unveiling, you will see not only what was done to you, but also who you are becoming through it. Listen with your heart open. Do not rush the words. Allow them to find their way into the spaces you've kept guarded. Feel the rhythm of heaven moving through them. These words are not here to wound, but to wash you clean of confusion, fear, and attachment to what was never meant to hold you captive. The time has come for truth. The time has come for liberation. The time has come for you to rise. The winds of heaven rarely move without purpose, and when they stir suddenly, it is because destiny is calling forth your attention. This urgency you feel, that stirring in your spirit that refuses to let you rest, is not born of anxiety, but of divine orchestration. God is moving in your life with intent, and the heavens are aligning events so that you cannot ignore the voice of truth any longer. Beloved, the message before you is not random. It is not mere coincidence that your heart has been restless, that certain memories have begun to surface, that old emotions have returned with unexpected force. This is divine timing unfolding. Heaven has waited until now, because your heart is finally ready to receive what it could not bear before. The message that comes carries both weight and mercy. It seeks not to punish, but to prepare. There are seasons when God whispers, and there are seasons when He declares. This is a season of declaration. The veil between what you know and what you are meant to know has become thin, and the Spirit is pressing through that space to awaken you fully. The divine urgency is not about fear, but about readiness, because there are truths you must see before you can step into what is next. You have prayed for clarity, asking heaven to show you why certain paths closed and why certain people could not stay. You have asked if the love you gave was wasted, if the pain you endured had any purpose. And heaven replies, not a single moment was wasted. The urgency now is to show you that what you thought was rejection was actually redirection. What you thought was loss was preparation. What you thought was the end was merely the threshold of your true beginning. The thinness of time is real, not because life is slipping away, but because God's appointed hour for your awakening is upon you. You are being summoned out of confusion and into alignment. The heavens will not allow you to linger in shadows any longer. The divine clock has struck the hour of revelation. Do not fear what is coming to light. Truth is never sent to destroy the faithful. It comes to break chains, to end cycles, to free hearts. What is being revealed will challenge your understanding of the past, but it will also heal your relationship with yourself. You are not the broken one. You are the one being rebuilt in the image of truth. Take this message as your confirmation. You are seen, you are chosen, and you are being called higher. Heaven has interrupted the ordinary to deliver the extraordinary. Listen, receive. The divine urgency is not a warning of doom, but a herald of deliverance. The time is thin because the moment is sacred. The divine is speaking now, and you, beloved, are being invited to truly hear. Beloved ones, when heaven begins to reveal truth, it does so with both precision and compassion. Light does not arrive to shame or to scold. It arrives to illuminate the path so that the weary heart may finally see where it has been and where it is meant to go. The divine revelation that now unfolds before you is a gift, though at first it may sting. Truth is often like the morning sun, gentle in its promise yet unrelenting in its clarity. It exposes what has been hidden not to wound, but to heal. For too long, the fog of illusion has wrapped itself around your memories. The story of your past, especially of love lost or betrayed, has been rewritten many times in your mind. You wondered what was real, what was manipulation, what was love, and what was merely longing disguised as devotion. Heaven has heard those questions echo in your prayers. The time has come for answers, not the kind that come through gossip or revenge, but the kind that descend with divine precision. The revelation concerns not only the one who walked beside you in seasons past, but also the patterns that attach themselves to your soul through that connection. There were things you could not see then, hidden motives, spiritual entanglements, threads of energy that did not belong to you. Yet you bore them thinking they were love. The divine watched, knowing that your pure heart would one day demand clarity. That day is now. This unveiling is sacred. The truths about that relationship, about the person who once occupied your affection, are not being revealed merely to expose darkness, but to remind you that the light within you is stronger. Every act of deceit that once cast a shadow upon your worth is now being exposed to the sunlight of divine justice. You do not need to chase it or demand apologies. The revelation itself is the healing. Archangel Michael, the guardian of divine truth and protector of pure hearts, has stood beside you in silence through nights when your spirit was under attack. You may not have seen the battle, but you felt it, the heaviness, the sudden waves of sadness, the confusion that came without reason. Each time, your guardian drew his sword of light and fought on your behalf. That is why you are still here, still breathing, still open to love despite the pain. You have been preserved for this hour. Beloved, understand this. The one who hurt you was not your enemy, but a vessel through which your soul learned discernment. Their choices were shaped by their own wounds, and though they inflicted pain, they also unknowingly opened the doorway to your awakening. The truth about them, their secrets, their motives, the unseen forces that influence their behavior, will soon come to light in ways that require no effort from you. The universe is aligning evidence, signs, and confirmations that will make sense of what once seemed senseless. When you see these things, do not rejoice in another's downfall. Instead, bow your heart in gratitude that God's justice is gentle yet sure. The revelation is not for vengeance. It is for liberation. You are being released from the invisible chains that tied your energy to the past. The cycle that once drained you is ending. No longer will your thoughts be drawn to the what-ifs and why-nots. Truth is replacing speculation. Peace is replacing obsession. Take a deep breath now and imagine light pouring into every memory that once held you captive. See those scenes dissolve into forgiveness. The person you were then is no longer who you are now. You have grown, expanded, evolved. The revelation of truth is simply the universe affirming what your soul has already begun to understand. That you were never broken, only being refined. The divine does not reveal without purpose. When light uncovers what was hidden, it simultaneously prepares a new foundation for love, one that is honest, mutual, and guided by grace. As this truth unfolds, allow your heart to soften, not harden. Let understanding replace resentment. Let wisdom replace anger. The past cannot claim you anymore. It can only teach you. Remember this promise. Truth always arrives wrapped in mercy. Even if its arrival shakes your foundation, it will settle into your spirit as peace. Trust the process. Trust that the exposure of lies is not the end of your story but the beginning of your freedom. So stand still in the light, beloved. Do not rush to interpret, defend, or retaliate. Simply receive. What is being revealed is sacred evidence that heaven has heard your prayers and decided that enough is enough. The truth is your key, and with it, you will walk out of the prison of confusion and into the garden of clarity. The revelation has begun. Let it finish its work. Beloved ones, after truth is revealed, the first feeling that often rises is vulnerability. When the veil is lifted and you finally see clearly, it can seem as though the walls that once protected you have fallen away. Yet the truth is that you have never been unguarded. Even in the seasons when you felt abandoned or defenseless, unseen hands were guiding you, shaping the path so that you could stand here today in strength rather than in bitterness. Protection is not always the absence of struggle. Sometimes it is the quiet limit drawn around what could have destroyed you. Think back over the moments when something ended abruptly, when a plan collapsed, when a door shut so fast it startled you. Those were not failures. They were mercies in disguise. The same force that reveals truth also surrounds those who receive it, wrapping the heart in calm so that it can bear what is shown. You may not have heard the language of the Spirit, but you have felt it, the sudden impulse to walk away, the inner voice that whispered wait, the mysterious calm that settled over you in chaos. That was protection moving through intuition. It speaks not in thunder, but in gentle knowing. The more you listen, the safer you become, because awareness itself is a shield. There have been energies, influences, and intentions aimed at confusing your path. Yet none of them prevailed. The light that guides you is stronger than the shadows that pursue you. Each attempt to drain your joy only became another opportunity for the universe to prove its faithfulness. You were being refined into someone who can recognize peace from imitation, love from possession, freedom from dependency. Beloved, understand that spiritual protection works in layers. One layer guards your body, the instincts that pull you from danger. Another guards your mind, the moments of clarity that interrupt harmful thoughts. And the deepest layer guards your soul, the steady assurance that no matter what happens, you remain connected to the source of all goodness. When fear whispers that you are alone, remember, protection does not always announce itself. Sometimes it stands quietly beside you, letting you discover your own strength. There were nights when you lay awake, replaying conversations, feeling the heaviness of unseen tension. Even then, you were being watched over. Each tear you released carried a silent prayer, and every prayer summoned balance back into your energy. What you could not fight outwardly, the universe dissolved inwardly. That is why peace has slowly returned, even without explanation.
Now that truth has entered, the old cords of attachment are breaking. The spiritual bonds that tied your emotions to past harm are dissolving, not through anger but through awareness. Protection is completing its circle, first by keeping you alive through the storm, and now by teaching you how to live in calm. Do not underestimate the quiet power of stillness. When you rest in faith rather than fear, you become untouchable to negativity. This new phase of protection is participatory. It invites you to cooperate with the divine by caring for your body, nurturing your mind, and tending your spirit. Simple acts, a deep breath, a walk under open sky, forgiveness spoken aloud, reinforce the barrier of peace around you. The more gratitude you practice, the stronger your shield becomes. Gratitude tells the universe, I trust you, and the universe responds, then I will keep you safe. Remember also that boundaries are sacred tools of protection. They are not walls of distrust but gates of discernment. Each time you say no to what drains you, you say yes to life. Each time you honor your intuition, you strengthen your connection to divine guidance. Protection is not meant to isolate you. It is meant to free you to love without fear. If ever you feel the echo of old battles, the pull of memories, the temptation to reopen closed doors, breathe and call to mind this truth. You are protected because you are aware. Awareness is light, and light dispels harm. No darkness can claim a space that has been illuminated by understanding. Beloved, you walk now beneath an unseen canopy of peace. The same force that led you through revelation now surrounds you as you step forward. You do not need to defend yourself through anger or anxiety. Your protection is compassion. Your armor is truth. Your weapon is serenity. Carry them with humility, and you will move through life untouched by the storms of others.
So rest in this knowing. The universe has built around you a sanctuary that travels wherever you go. Within it, no false word can wound you. No past shadow can reclaim you. You are safe, watched over, and gently guided toward the light of new beginnings. Beloved ones, healing rarely begins with joy. It begins with honesty, that trembling admission that something still aches inside. For too long you have carried your pain as though it were proof of weakness, when in truth it has been the evidence of your endurance. Every tear, every restless night, every whispered why was a sign that your heart still believed in goodness, even when goodness felt far away. Healing starts when you honor that belief instead of hiding it. There were seasons when grief became your shadow. You tried to smile through the ache, convincing yourself that strength meant silence. Yet the universe never asked you to pretend. The quiet witnesses of your life, the dawn that found you awake, the pillow damp with tears, the wind that touched your face on lonely mornings, they all carried your pain upward like incense. Nothing you felt was wasted. Each emotion you released was part of the prayer that summoned this very moment of renewal. Healing is not forgetting. It is remembering with gentleness. It is looking back at what hurt you and no longer feeling the pull to relive it. The memories remain, but they lose their sharpness, as if love itself has sanded down their edges. This is the sacred alchemy of the heart, turning sorrow into wisdom, turning endurance into light. You may notice that some days the ache resurfaces, uninvited. Do not see this as failure. It is the body's way of releasing the last remnants of what it once had to hold. Think of it like the tide, each wave receding a little further than before until, finally, the sea lies calm. The goal is not to erase your past, but to allow it to rest. Beloved, remember how much you have already survived. The same heart that once broke is beating stronger now. The same eyes that once wept are learning to see beauty again. Each small act of self-kindness, a quiet walk, a deep breath, a genuine laugh, is a stitch in the fabric of your recovery. Healing is built from these moments, not from grand declarations. Forgiveness is part of this work, though not in the way you may think. Forgiveness does not mean pretending the harm was small. It means deciding that the harm will no longer define you. When you release resentment, you reclaim the energy that once fed it. You stop pouring your light into the wound and begin to let that light nourish your growth instead. There will come a time, perhaps sooner than you expect, when you will look at the version of yourself who suffered and feel only compassion. You will see how hard they tried, how much they loved, how bravely they endured. That moment will mark the true completion of your healing, when you can hold your own past self in empathy rather than judgment. The universe helps you in subtle ways. It sends people who speak kindness at the right time, songs that mirror your emotions, coincidences that whisper keep going. These are not accidents. They are the threads of comfort woven through your story so that you never lose faith in connection. Healing, at its heart, is remembering that you were never meant to do this alone. If your spirit feels weary, rest. Rest is not idleness. It is sacred repair. When you allow stillness, you give grace the room to work. In quiet moments, your heartbeat syncs again with the rhythm of creation, and peace begins to seep back into places that had forgotten it existed. Beloved, the pain you once cursed has become your teacher. It taught you discernment, humility, and the unbreakable truth that your worth was never determined by how others treated you. Healing does not erase your scars. It teaches you to see them as constellations, proof that you walked through darkness and still found light. Let this be your prayer tonight. May my memories soften, may my spirit rest, and may my heart open once more to joy. Repeat it when doubt returns, and feel how each repetition strengthens the walls of peace around you. You are healing even now, slowly, gently, faithfully. And the same love that held you through the storm will guide you into calm. Beloved ones, there comes a moment in every journey when the lessons of the past converge into a single, unmistakable clarity. That moment is here for you. What once felt unfinished, unresolved, or lost is now revealing its purpose. Transformation is not merely change. It is the profound reshaping of your spirit, where every experience, joyful or painful, becomes the soil in which your new life grows. Closure is not a word. It is a state of being, a quiet certainty that what was once heavy no longer holds power over you. As you embrace the truths that have been revealed, you will feel the weight of old illusions lifting. The stories you told yourself to make sense of betrayal, disappointment, or heartbreak are dissolving. What remains is raw, luminous understanding. The people and events that once bound you are now understood as part of your preparation for what is next. This is the sacred art of transformation. Recognizing that endings are not punishments but invitations to step fully into the life you were always meant to claim. Closure is not always a conversation, nor does it require apology or acknowledgement from others. It is an inward process, a deep reckoning with the past in which you finally claim your peace. Imagine a river. When debris clogs its flow, it becomes stagnant. But once the obstructions are removed, the water moves freely, carving new paths, nourishing the life around it. Your heart, too, has been clearing itself, and now it can flow without hindrance. The process of transformation often begins quietly. A subtle shift in perspective, a moment of letting go, or an unexpected surge of joy can signal that your spirit has moved beyond old limitations. These moments may seem small, but they are profound markers of growth. Every choice you make that aligns with truth, every act of self-love, every recognition of your own worth, these are the steps along the path of metamorphosis. Beloved, recognize that freedom is not an external gift. It is an internal claim. No past behavior, no words spoken by another, no wound can define you unless you allow it. Closure is the act of drawing boundaries with grace and saying, in the depths of your soul, I will no longer carry what is not mine to bear. This is not bitterness. This is liberation. Transformation also carries the promise of new beginnings. The life awaiting you is not simply a continuation of what came before. It is a higher expression of your potential. The patterns that once kept you in cycles of pain are dissolving, making space for relationships, opportunities, and experiences that reflect the depth of your growth. You are stepping into a version of yourself that is more discerning, more compassionate, more radiant. As you walk this path, remember that healing and transformation are intertwined. One cannot truly exist without the other. The wounds you have healed have prepared you to embrace the fullness of your life, just as the truths you have received have laid the foundation for your liberation. There is a rhythm to this process, a sacred unfolding in which every moment, even those of discomfort, serves your ascent. Closure does not mean forgetting. It means integrating. Each memory, each heartbreak, each lesson becomes part of the tapestry of your soul, adding depth, color, and resilience. You no longer need to carry the heaviness of unanswered questions or unspoken words. The divine order of life ensures that the timing of revelation and release always aligns with your capacity to receive it. Take time now to honor yourself. Acknowledge the strength it has taken to endure, the courage it has required to continue loving in the face of disappointment, and the wisdom you have gained. Celebrate the ways in which your spirit has grown, even as you face challenges that once seemed insurmountable. Transformation is both gentle and powerful, a quiet revolution of the soul that redefines your experience of life. Beloved, as closure settles in, you will notice a sense of lightness, a quiet joy that rises without effort. It is the reward of truth embraced, of freedom claimed, of the self finally recognized as whole. You are not the same as you were before, and you are not meant to be. You are emerging into a life that mirrors the beauty of your heart, the clarity of your spirit, and the depth of your resilience. Step forward into this new chapter with confidence. Let the past rest where it belongs, and allow your heart to be guided by wisdom, self-respect, and a renewed capacity to love without fear. Transformation and closure are your companions now. Quiet, steady, and unwavering. This is your awakening, beloved ones. Walk in it fully, and know that the life awaiting you is as vast and luminous as your willingness to embrace it. Beloved ones, in the midst of change, uncertainty often whispers at the edges of your mind. You may wonder whether the path ahead is safe, whether the choices you make will honor your spirit, or whether the wounds of the past could return to shadow your journey. Know this: you are never alone, and the universe, the infinite source of guidance and care, walks beside you in every step. Divine assurance is not a promise that hardship will never come, but a certainty that no hardship will overtake you without purpose, and no truth will be withheld from your heart when it is ready to receive it. There is a quiet strength that flows through your being, connecting you to the wellspring of wisdom and love that has always surrounded you. You may not always sense it, yet it is always present. Like the steady pulse beneath your heartbeat, it reassures you that you are safe, protected, and deeply seen. This assurance is both a shield and a compass. It protects you from what is unnecessary and guides you toward what is life-giving. Beloved, trust in the process unfolding before you. The unfolding is not random. The revelations, the closures, the moments of awakening, they are all part of a divine choreography, a dance of alignment in which every experience serves your highest good. The past no longer dictates your future, because the truths you now carry illuminate the path that belongs to you. Divine assurance invites you to let go of fear. The energy that once bound you to doubt or worry no longer holds dominion over your spirit. Every step forward is blessed, every choice guided, and every decision infused with the wisdom of your inner light. You are chosen, not because of perfection, but because of the resilience, openness, and courage you have shown in the face of adversity. There is also a sacred timing to life. The universe does not rush, and yet it moves with precise coordination. You may not see all the threads, but trust that they are interwoven with intention. Every door that opens, every opportunity that arrives, and every encounter that feels significant is part of the unfolding design. Divine assurance is the reminder that you are exactly where you need to be, even when the path seems unclear. When moments of doubt arise, return to the quiet within. Breathe deeply and feel the pulse of life moving through you. Let it remind you that you are held, that your steps are guided, and that your heart will not be abandoned. The same force that revealed the truth and protected your spirit continues to walk with you, ensuring that every next chapter is aligned with your highest purpose. Beloved, consider this. The past is broken not to haunt you, but to free you. Lies, deceptions, and old wounds have no hold over the new life emerging within you. What was once a chain is now a stepping stone. What was once confusion is now clarity. What was once loss is now preparation. Divine assurance confirms that every act of endurance, every tear shed, every act of love, given and received, has served to prepare your spirit for the fullness that is to come. There is peace in this realization. You no longer need to seek validation from external sources, nor cling to what has faded. Your worth is inherent, your path protected, and your spirit fortified. Each day, you may notice the subtle ways in which support manifests. A timely word, a quiet sense of knowing, a gentle nudge toward the choice that resonates most with your heart. These are not coincidences. They are reminders that you are never without guidance. Beloved ones, embrace this assurance fully. Let it settle into the corners of your mind and the depths of your heart. When fear knocks, answer with confidence. When uncertainty rises, respond with trust. You are divinely guarded, divinely guided, and divinely empowered. Every moment of doubt is an invitation to recall this truth, to anchor yourself in the unwavering knowledge that you are exactly where you need to be. As you move forward, carry this certainty with you. You are free. Free from the weight of deception. Free from the shadows of past pain. Free to walk in alignment with truth, love, and purpose. The universe has confirmed it, your spirit recognizes it, and your heart will now embody it. Divine assurance is your foundation, beloved ones. Lean into it, rest in it, and allow it to shape the life that is unfolding before you. Every step you take from this moment onward is blessed, every choice infused with wisdom, and every breath a reaffirmation of your sacred journey. Beloved ones, now that you have journeyed through truth, protection, healing, and assurance, there is a sacred invitation before you. This is the moment to step fully into the light you have reclaimed, to speak the language of your own liberation, and to declare your readiness to live with clarity, purpose, and love. The call to action is not a command from outside of you, but a whisper from within, a recognition that your spirit has grown strong enough to embrace its next chapter. The call begins simply with acknowledgement. Look at yourself, beloved, and affirm all that you have endured, all that you have learned, and all that you have overcome. Say quietly with conviction, I am ready, I am free, I am open to the blessings that await me. Let these words resonate through your being, like ripples moving outward from a stone cast into still water. Each affirmation strengthens your heart, aligns your mind, and reconnects you with the divine flow that has guided you all along.
Beloved, action is not always loud or dramatic. It can be as gentle as a choice to release a thought that no longer serves you, a decision to speak kindly to yourself, or a moment of courage to step toward a new opportunity. These seemingly small acts accumulate, forming the foundation of a life aligned with your truth. Every intentional step toward joy, peace, and authenticity is a response to the call that echoes within your soul. You are also invited to extend this affirmation outward, to share it with others who may resonate with your journey. There is power in collective recognition, in knowing that your experience is not isolated, that your growth contributes to a larger current of love and understanding. When you affirm your freedom in community, whether through words, presence, or shared intention, you create a ripple that lifts hearts, strengthens spirits, and illuminates paths that have remained shadowed. Do not wait for perfection, beloved. The time for action is now, because divine timing has brought you to the threshold of your awakening. Hesitation is understandable, yet every moment spent doubting is a moment of life paused. Courage does not mean absence of fear. It means acting in alignment with your truth despite the fear. Each step you take affirms the power of your spirit, the integrity of your heart, and the depth of your resilience. Remember, the journey is ongoing. This call to action is not a single moment but a series of daily choices. Choices to love yourself, to set boundaries, to honor your needs, and to trust the wisdom of your soul. Each day you rise, each day you breathe, each day you reaffirm your freedom, you answer the call.
Beloved ones, consider the joy that awaits when you fully embrace this truth. Imagine a life uncluttered by past shadows, a heart open to authentic connection, and a spirit aligned with purpose. Each time you act in harmony with your inner guidance, you strengthen the bridge between who you were, who you are, and who you are becoming. The call to action is an invitation to step onto this bridge with intention, grace, and courage. Take a moment now to seal this commitment. Close your eyes, place your hand upon your heart, and declare to yourself, I accept the truth of my journey. I step into freedom. I am ready to embrace life fully, guided by love and wisdom. Feel the energy of these words infusing your entire being, lighting every corner of your spirit, and empowering you to move forward with confidence. This is your sacred invitation, beloved. Respond not out of obligation, but out of recognition that your life is unfolding exactly as it should, and that you are fully capable of walking it with integrity, joy, and love. The universe has prepared the way, and now it is yours to traverse with courage and faith. Know that each action, no matter how small, is a declaration of your alignment with truth. Each choice to honor yourself, to release what no longer serves you, and to embrace possibility strengthens your connection to the light that guides you. Beloved ones, the time is now. Answer the call. Step forward. Walk in freedom. Beloved ones, as you step forward into the light of your newfound freedom, there comes a sacred period of integration. This is the quiet work that follows revelation, healing, and action. The weaving together of everything you have learned into the fabric of your everyday life. Integration is not a rush. It is a gentle settling, a deliberate harmonizing of your mind, heart, and spirit, so that the lessons of the past become the foundation for the life you are now called to embrace. During this phase, you may notice echoes of old emotions rising unexpectedly. A thought, a memory, a fleeting feeling may seem to emerge without reason. Do not fear these moments, beloved. They are signposts of transformation. Each echo is a reminder that the journey is complete only when the body, mind, and soul are aligned with the truth you now carry. Allow these moments to pass through you without resistance. Observe them, release them, and watch as they dissolve into clarity. Integration also asks you to honor your boundaries with gentleness and firmness alike. The clarity you have received is not only a gift, it is also a responsibility to yourself. It is a call to safeguard your energy, to protect your heart from influences that would dilute your peace, and to nurture spaces where your soul can flourish. Each boundary set is a declaration of self-respect, a recognition that the light within you is sacred and worth preserving. Beloved, as you integrate, recognize the strength that lies in reflection. Take time to revisit the moments of hardship not as wounds, but as milestones. Consider how each challenge shaped your resilience, how each tear deepened your empathy, and how every moment of confusion led you closer to understanding. When you reflect with compassion, the pieces of your story fit together with grace, revealing a tapestry more beautiful and intricate than you may have imagined. Connection is another pillar of integration. The relationships you cultivate now will reflect the wisdom you have gained. You will find that people who align with your values, who honor your spirit, and who encourage your growth will naturally gravitate toward you. Conversely, those who seek to repeat old patterns of harm or limitation will drift away. Trust this natural sorting, beloved, for it is a divine law of resonance. What belongs with you will stay, and what does not belong will be released. Integration also calls for gratitude, a conscious acknowledgement of how far you have come. Take moments to celebrate your progress, however subtle it may seem. Each day you rise with clarity, each choice you make from a place of alignment, and each act of self-love is a testament to your evolution. Gratitude does not merely recognize the past. It magnetizes the blessings that await in the future. Beloved, there may still be moments when the pull of old pain tempts you to doubt your progress. In these times, return to the truths you have received. You are free, you are protected, you are supported, and your heart is resilient. These truths are not fleeting. They are embedded in the essence of your being. Integration is the process of living from that essence consistently, moment by moment, choice by choice. Another part of integration is learning to embody your lessons. Your growth is not only internal, it manifests in your words, actions, and presence. When you speak, let your voice carry the calm confidence of one who has seen clearly. When you act, let your deeds reflect integrity and love. When you simply exist, let your presence radiate the light of someone who has reconciled the past and embraced the fullness of their potential. Beloved ones, as integration deepens, you may notice a sense of inner spaciousness. This is the quiet gift of alignment. The ability to move through life without carrying burdens that no longer serve you, the capacity to respond to challenges with grace rather than reaction, and the freedom to welcome joy in its simplest, purest forms. This spaciousness is not empty. It is fertile ground for new love, new purpose, and new experiences. Finally, integration is a journey without a defined endpoint. It is a living practice of returning to your truth, of honoring your growth, and of stepping confidently into the next chapters of your life. Each day, you may feel the gentle nudges of divine guidance, reminding you to walk in alignment, to act with clarity, and to cultivate spaces where your spirit can thrive. Beloved, trust in this process. Trust that each lesson, each revelation, and each choice has been preparing you to move forward with strength, wisdom, and unwavering peace. The journey you have traveled is now part of your foundation, and as you integrate, you are building a life that reflects the fullness of your spirit. Step lightly, walk steadily, and live intentionally. Integration is not the end of your story. It is the sacred act of turning your experiences into a life of purpose, clarity, and boundless possibility. Beloved ones, the journey you have walked has prepared you for a new chapter, one that is waiting with open arms and infinite possibility. This chapter is not an echo of the past, nor a repetition of patterns you have already released. It is a fresh canvas, painted with the clarity, wisdom, and freedom you have claimed. To embrace it fully, you must step forward with intention, courage, and trust, trusting that the path ahead has been shaped by every choice, every lesson, and every moment of growth you have experienced. The new chapter invites you to live with openness. Openness to joy, to love, and to the experiences that will expand your heart. It asks you to release hesitation and fear, for these are the remnants of the old story. Just as a tree stretches its branches toward the sun, you are called to extend yourself toward possibility, letting the light of clarity guide each step. Every opportunity that resonates with your spirit is a gift. Every experience that nurtures your growth is a blessing. Receive them with gratitude and awareness. Beloved, this chapter also asks for courage. Courage to speak your truth, to honor your boundaries, and to pursue the life that aligns with your essence. There may be moments when doubt arises or old fears whisper that you are not ready. In those moments, remember the journey you have already completed, the revelations received, the protection you have been given, the healing you have embraced, and the assurance that guides you. You are ready because every step of the past has led you here. The essence of embracing a new chapter lies in alignment. Each decision you make, each relationship you cultivate, and each goal you pursue should resonate with the truth you now carry. When your actions and intentions align with your inner wisdom, life flows with grace, synchronicity, and ease. You will find that opportunities, people, and experiences naturally gravitate toward you when your energy vibrates in harmony with your truth. Beloved ones, joy will return to you in unexpected ways. It may appear as a burst of laughter, a quiet moment of reflection, or an encounter that reminds you of your worth. These are signs of your alignment, confirmations that you are moving in the right direction. Do not dismiss them as trivial. Each instance of joy is a testament to your growth and an invitation to welcome more of the same. This chapter also brings a deep sense of self-recognition. You are invited to honor not only your successes, but also the resilience, patience, and compassion that brought you through difficult seasons. The person you have become is stronger, wiser, and more radiant than you may have realized. Embrace this self-recognition fully, for it is the foundation upon which the rest of your life will flourish. Beloved, embracing the new chapter requires letting go of old attachments completely. The energies, relationships, and patterns that no longer serve you must be released with grace. This is not an act of denial but of discernment. Each release creates space for something better to take root. A life that mirrors your highest intentions and reflects the clarity of your spirit. Trust the unfolding of this new chapter. There is no need to force events or rush outcomes. Life has been carefully preparing for this moment, and now the door is open. Step through it with confidence, knowing that the guidance, protection, and divine wisdom you have cultivated will accompany you on every step of the way. Beloved ones, as you embrace this chapter, consider the fullness of your journey. The lessons learned, the revelations received, the protection felt, the healing experienced, and the integration achieved. All of it has prepared you to move forward with a heart that is lighter, a spirit that is freer, and a vision that is clearer. The new chapter is not just ahead of you. It is alive within you, waiting for your willingness to live it fully. So walk forward, beloved, with intention, joy, and trust. Allow the light of your growth to guide your path, and welcome the blessings, love, and opportunities that align with your truest self. This is your time. This is your new chapter. Step into it fully and let your spirit soar. Beloved ones, the journey you have traveled has been long, sacred, and transformative. You have walked through revelation, protection, healing, and assurance. You have answered the call to action and integrated the lessons that life has presented. Now, you arrive at the threshold of full awakening, a place where the heart, mind, and spirit harmonize, and where your freedom, clarity, and power are fully realized. Full awakening is not an event. It is a state of being. It is the culmination of understanding, where you see the threads of your life woven together with divine precision. You recognize the wisdom hidden in challenges, the guidance embedded in struggle, and the grace that has carried you through every moment. This is the sacred place where past pain transforms into insight, and every scar becomes a constellation of strength and beauty within your soul. Beloved, know that completion does not mean life will be without obstacles. It means that you have developed the resilience, clarity, and alignment to move through them with grace. You now operate from a foundation of self-trust, inner peace, and unwavering faith. Nothing that once bound you can claim dominion over your spirit again. The lessons of the past have been fully absorbed, and their gifts are now yours to wield with wisdom and love. As you embrace full awakening, you will notice a profound sense of lightness. Burdens that once weighed heavily on your heart dissolve, replaced by freedom. Choices that once seemed complicated or impossible now appear with clarity. The path forward is not dictated by fear, regret, or limitation, but by understanding, intention, and the quiet guidance of your higher self. You are empowered to live fully, authentically, and courageously. This moment of completion is also an invitation to fully embrace your purpose. The experiences you have endured, the healing you have achieved, and the truths you now carry all serve to illuminate your path. The life that awaits is one in which your actions, relationships, and intentions are aligned with your highest good. You are now capable of giving and receiving love without compromise, creating and moving in harmony with the universe's flow. Beloved ones, embrace this assurance fully. Let it settle into the corners of your mind and the depths of your heart. When fear knocks, answer with confidence. When uncertainty rises, respond with trust. You are divinely guarded, divinely guided, and divinely empowered. Every moment of doubt is an invitation to recall this truth, to anchor yourself in the unwavering knowledge that you are exactly where you need to be. As you move forward, carry this certainty with you. You are free. Free from the weight of deception. Free from the shadows of past pain. Free to walk in alignment with truth, love, and purpose. The universe has confirmed it, your spirit recognizes it, and your heart will now embody it. Divine assurance is your foundation, beloved ones. Lean into it, rest in it, and allow it to shape the life that is unfolding before you. Every step you take from this moment onward is blessed, every choice infused with wisdom, and every breath a reaffirmation of your sacred journey. Beloved ones, now that you have journeyed through truth, protection, healing, and assurance, there is a sacred invitation before you. This is the moment to step fully into the light you have reclaimed, to speak the language of your own liberation, and to declare your readiness to live with clarity, purpose, and love. The call to action is not a command from outside of you, but a whisper from within, a recognition that your spirit has grown strong enough to embrace its next chapter. The call begins simply with acknowledgement. Look at yourself, beloved, and affirm all that you have endured, all that you have learned, and all that you have overcome. Say quietly with conviction, I am ready. I am free. I am open to the blessings that await me. Let these words resonate through your being, like ripples moving outward from a stone cast into still water. Each affirmation strengthens your heart, aligns your mind, and reconnects you with the divine flow that has guided you all along.
Beloved, celebrate this awakening. Honor the courage it took to endure, the patience it required to heal, and the wisdom it demanded to trust the process. Every tear, every moment of doubt, every silent prayer has led you to this sacred place. Recognition of your journey, gratitude for your growth, and trust in your ongoing path are the keys to living fully awakened. Completion is not the end. It is the opening of a new dimension within yourself. Just as a seed blooms into its fullest form only when it has been nourished, your spirit now stands ready to flourish. You carry within you the light of understanding, the armor of protection, the joy of healing, and the clarity of divine assurance. These are not temporary gifts. They are permanent qualities, guiding you forward with strength, serenity, and wisdom. Beloved ones, as you move from awakening into action, do so with integrity, love, and purpose. Let your life reflect the fullness of your spirit. Let your words, thoughts, and deeds resonate with the truths you now hold. Step boldly into each day with confidence, knowing that the universe supports you, your heart guides you, and your soul leads you toward experiences that align with your highest potential. Take this moment to breathe deeply and feel the completion within. Feel the cycles of struggle, revelation, and healing settle into wholeness. Feel the energy of renewal filling every corner of your being. Let your heart expand with gratitude, your mind with clarity, and your spirit with the joy of freedom. Beloved ones, you are fully awakened. You are complete in your journey thus far, prepared for the new chapters that await, and empowered to walk in alignment with your truth. Step forward with courage, live with love, and shine your light without hesitation. The past has taught you, the present supports you,